is September 29th, 2021. This one here, I gotta go do an annual on an oil burner I do every year for this guy. He's got glycol in the system because he's got like a raised ranch here. The zones will freeze if you don't have glycol in it because the way the raised ranch hangs over on the top floor, the pipes usually go out on them things and then up. They will freeze almost every time on a raised ranch. But anyway, it's an oil-fired peerless. Oh, I put it back in probably 20 years ago. And it's a cool guy. I usually go there and service it every year, nozzle, and I think I've changed the oil tank on this thing a couple of years ago. I think there's a problem with the gauge. I might have to play around with that, see if I get that thing to work. I might even have another gauge for it. But anyway, it's kind of a tight area in there. I don't know if I could even get any footage because it's such a tight little area, but I'll try. My truck's been broken down for a couple of days. I really haven't had any footage to whip up for you guys. I just changed the water heater, but I couldn't do any videos. He's standing over me. It was in a tight spot, and you can't always do videos on every job. Sometimes it's not.
Turn right on Russell's Mills Road.
Sometimes you just can't. I try my best. Miss Molly, you want pets? You want pets, Miss Molly? Oh yeah, you're too spoiled, Miss Molly. Miss Molly, you're too spoiled, Miss Molly.
2¼ mile. Turn left on Rock Road.
She thinks I'm going to pet her continuously. Yeah, you want pets continuously, Miss Molly. Yeah, you want pets continuously. You're a little crazy woman. Yeah, you are a crazy female. Yeah. It's been running okay?
Yeah, it seems to be running okay. You checked it last in July.
Oh, did I?
Yep, because we got back in July, you see, of 20. So now this is our annual for...
Yeah, okay, so we vacuumed the boiler, new nozzle, good oil flow. So I'm going to check the filter.
Yeah. So, I don't know, what's this for? Oh, yeah.
Well, that's just an old one.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of crusty. Nothing's leaking. Seems like
this still does right here.
A little bit?
A little bit. But I'll just tell him to empty this. It hasn't, I haven't emptied it. Maybe Jim has, but I haven't. So that's all it's produced.
My gauge wasn't working since day one from what they said, so I put another one in for them for free. It wasn't that long. A couple of years ago I did this tank. Should have put a date on it. Manufactured in 14. Might have been 3 years. But anyway, I remember him saying that the gauge never worked from day one, so I'll just put him in another one. No big deal. Change this filter out, or check it at least. Got a full tank of oil. I'm gonna check this filter. It's been a few years since I checked it. It's an OSV valve. Screwdriver. It's just an annual check. Well, yeah, got the muck in there. Look at that. Yeehaw. That needs to be changed really bad. That almost looks like water in there. Wow. Not good. That's really bad. Holy shit, man. That ain't good. That's water. Wow. It's really bad, really nasty. Looks like you got water in there.
In here?
Yeah, look at the filter, how bad it is.
How could I get water?
See how it's all white?
So, what?
Not good.
So what does that mean?
Unless they gave you a bad batch of oil. That's really bad.
They gave us a bad batch of oil.
Well, I mean, it's a possibility.
Okay, so
We're gonna change the filter. We're gonna change the filter. Have you been putting anti-gel in this tank in the wintertime?
Anti-gel. Oh, let me ask Jim. Anti-gel.
Yeah, because it's outside in the cold here. You gotta put chemicals in this tank. I'm gonna put some.
Done it.
I'm gonna put some. I got some in the truck, and he's gonna have to do it
Okay, Jim, listen to this. There's something wrong with the filter. There's water or something like that in the filter. Oh, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone, and Steve's gonna talk to you. Okay? Okay. Here you go.
Have you ever put anti-gel in the tank, Jim?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, this is a cold environment out here. You should put like chemicals in this tank in the wintertime. It almost looks like there was either water in the fuel or something. The filter was awful, almost like gelatin.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible
It never freezes in here, though. It's never freezes. You know, if snow melts off my car, if we put paint in here, it never freezes.
It never freezes.
No.
Okay, so it stays warm.
Absolutely never freezes ever.
Okay, so then you don't have to worry.
Snow goes everywhere.
You don't have to worry about it then, yeah.
Okay, but if it, do you think? Well, could this be a bad batch of oil?
It might have been a bad batch of oil, or maybe you left the cover off. Did you ever leave the cover off?
Okay, let me check the cover now. Well, is this cover off? No, it looks like it's...
Well, I'll send you a picture of what the filter looked like. I mean, it didn't look good. Put it that way. Well, so let me do the cleaning. We'll see what happens. Okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks. I don't know. But, so we should put gel in here.
Well, no. If it never gets below freezing, I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh no, it never, ever, ever gets below freezing.
All right, so we won't worry about it.
So when I pull my car in, the snow always comes off.
It always melts.
It always melts and goes all over the place. That's why I have to have everything on pallets here. Everything on pallets here, because it always melts, so I have to put here. And we had to put a rubber baseboard here, because when the snow comes off, it goes toward that baseboard and rotted out the wall.
Okay, so we'll be
So
fine.
I don't think, I'm safe to say, I don't think
You want us to look at the filter? I mean, it's pretty mucky. See how it's all like purple?
I couldn't tell you. Oh yeah, I see the gelatin
That's
consistency.
water. See how it's like purple?
Well, how could water get there?
Well, it's...
We've always gotten it from Luzo.
Well, that don't matter. I mean, he might have had a bad batch of oil and, it goes to the bottom, right? I mean, the nasty shit goes to the bottom.
Okay. So what does that mean, Steve? Is it,
Well, we'll just put a new filter in there and we'll check it next year. We'll check the filter again.
should we do it like sooner than that?
No,
Like
as
6
long
months
as
or
the
anything?
thing's running okay, I'm gonna check the flow on the other end and we'll be okay.
what
I wouldn't
could-
worry about it.
So I'm concerned about these little people. So what could happen if this is bad oil? Then would they not be able to get heat?
Well, the thing will trip off on safety if it starts, trying to burn water or something, or it's not designed for that. It's supposed to be clean oil, but like I said, it looks like water to me. That's what that looks like.
So is there a more reputable company?
No, they all get it from the same place.
Oh.
They all get the oil from the same place. If they tell you they get the oil from somewhere else, they're lying to you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know the Orchid Diner is? Over by the park?
No,
No, you're not from this area.
I know.
Well, there's one filling station where all the trucks pull up and they all get filled up over there. That's where they all go
Oh, okay.
for this whole area.
All
It's
right.
not like they go to the boat and the boat fills them. There's one area where all the trucks go and get filled.
Okay.
So if they say their oil's better than everybody else, they're lying to you.
Just go for the lowest price.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Well, we got an account with them, so all we have to. Well, they're going to be doing the oil. The little couple is going to be paid for.
Well, sometimes they get a bad batch of oil. It's got some water in it and stuff, and then they give it to you.
Yeah, but there's no way to tell that, right?
Not really.
Time. And so if there's water in the oil, then that would do what to the oil tank or the house?
It's not good. It sinks to the bottom.
And then it would clog up or something?
The oil always floats to the top, right? So it would get into the filters.
Oh.
You know
So
what I mean?
maybe we should have the filter changed again in 6 months or so? Would that be wise to do?
Wouldn't hurt.
Okay, so I'll talk to Jim about that, and then we'll try to schedule them, the little couple to, they work constantly.
Well, when you come back, let me know, and I'll come back and we'll check the filter again.
Well, we're probably not, well, if we go, we're probably not gonna be back in next, till summer. Cause we're going down to stay with JC. Well, if he's alive. That's what I'm saying, everything's so up in the air. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, the flipping guy's 96. I mean,
Yeah.
how much longer can he live?
Well, you know, I have my mother's sister, my Aunt Catherine, she's my godmother. She is 104 in the same nursing home as my mother.
Man.
Yeah, she doesn't really recognize much of anything though. They all used to play cards together, the 4 sisters did. They all lived well into their 90s.
Oh, God bless him.
I know. That's what I've said. Oh my.
Has there been any frogs in the pond in the back?
There has been, and you know what? There was a blooming otter in the pond yesterday.
An otter?
They eat all the frogs.
Really?
And the herons come in, they eat all the frogs. The frogs are not like they used to be. They are just eaten so fast.
Really? Oh, so the otter will come and eat all the frogs?
Well, that's what Jim thinks, because our frog population has so dwindled in the past, like, I'd say 10 years. When we first moved here, you couldn't even mow the lawn because the whole grass had little bitty tiny frogs migrating out of the pond all over the place.
Not anymore?
Not anymore, no.
The otter's got them.
Or the herons got them. There used to be tons of herons.
Oh, the heron come in here too?
Herons come in here too, oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
The ducks, the geese come in here.
Yeah, that oil is kind of really mucky. The oil's really kind of like cloudy and it's not clear like it should be.
So, should we just run it all out?
No, what we're going to do is we're going to do the service on it and we're going to let it ride. If you call me and there's no heat or it trips out on safety, you know, that's a possibility.
Out on safety? What does that
Well, it's supposed to burn clean oil. And if the oil's not clean and it's got water in it, it's going to affect the pump. I might have to check the screen on the pump on the other side.
Okay.
I'm going to check that, see what that looks like. That might be full of muck too. And then we'll see what we get for an oil flow. We'll run it till we get a nice clean oil flow.
Okay.
And then don't worry about it.
And then they can come back
If there's a problem with the heat, you call me and I'll fix it, okay?
Okay, so we'll talk to Ryan and tell him all this.
Don't get, I probably shouldn't even have told you.
Oh, no. I would rather know, Steve, so we know what to do rather than be surprised or whatever.
Yeah, I don't. See what we get for an oil flow here with this, see what I get. See if this filter's blocked. I'm kind of glad I checked that filter out there. I would have had a wimpy oil flow anyway, so.
When we start getting low, he just pulls it up and keeps on checking it.
What is it?
I said, Jim, from the very beginning, Jim would just go out and, he would pull the
Change the nozzle first
pull
thing.
the flow down.
Down here, I guess. Yeah, there's really not a lot of room to even move in this place.
No, I wish we had a smaller. And didn't you put that in?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think Jim said you. So we used to have an old thing in here.
What year?
That was something, and then you put this in, I think.
I think it's a 97, looks like.
Yeah, probably so. That's before we were married. So that was
97, so that's
26 years ago you put that in.
Wow.
And now they make them much smaller. I am so ready to just rip that thing out.
Been married that long? That didn't seem like that long. 25 years?
Well, we've been married 22, and we've been in this house since 92. Or Jim was in it first.
Boy, time goes by, huh?
Yeah, and see your lavimoniere plumbing and heating is, your part is right there too. So we've already shown him this.
Go check the nozzle here. Oh yeah, she's dirty. She's dirty. Yeehaw. Crazy stuff. Spray cleaner. Oh, that's carburetor cleaner. That's what I use. Carburetor cleaner. See what the back of that nozzle looks like. It'll tell me if that filter's blocked in a pump. So you miss working, huh?
Oh yeah. I love going in and taking care of patients with the students and everything and teaching them, and I feel like it was my contribution to try to make sure that as we all get old that we have good care from nurses, you know. Like I hope that they, you know, treat people nice and.
You got a full-time job taking care of your husband, never mind the patients. No?
Oh no, he does pretty good taking care of me. I guess we take care of each other, okay. But I keep busy, you know. I just miss
see, the
like
don't
the
look bad,
studying
so
and
ain't bad.
staying up to date on different things and communications, and I sort of miss that, you know, the studying part of it, because I study more than nurses to make sure I was doing the right thing.
Wouldn't be right unless I was busting them up, right?
I mean, maybe later on in life I'll go ahead. I keep my nursing license, though. I'll never let that go. Maybe later on in life I'll be able to teach a little bit again. You know?
It's a real tight area here. I could barely even fit in here. She's a tight one, Mr. Grinch. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. Nozzle in there. Let's see what we get for an oil flow. Seen the filter, it was really bad. I don't know. Clean the electrodes, I'll show you how I set them. I get the electrodes back in there. I clean the plate and the carburetor cleaner. That's good for the ohms. Gives it a little bit more ohms. Light will reflect off of that. What we'll do is kind of get this snug. You could adjust these. You want to be in front, probably about 1/8 of an inch in front of the nozzle. Actually, I could probably bend them a little more. Can bend them and get a little bit more out of them, get them lower. It's an 80-degree nozzle on this thing, so we're in front about 1/8. That's pretty close right there. Clean the retention head with a long screwdriver. Take the carbon off it. I'm gonna have to see what we get for oil flow here through this pump. It's a little scary. It was a little scary. Get a good oil flow here onto this thing. Turn it on, see what we get for a flow. That's a good flow right there. I want to make sure there's no air on it. So it gets a good, see how it's nice and red, that should be fine. Get the air bubbles out of it. Looks a little high there on that pressure. The last time I put that in there was 319. Raises havoc. This antifreeze in the system raises havoc. We have ignition. She's kind of in like a little down in the basement down here. Leave these doors open. She's crusty. New gauge at tank. New filter at tank. Flush good. New nozzle. Clean burner head. Good oil flow. I think it needs a new tridicator. Don't seem to be leaking in the bucket there. But the antifreeze kind of eats the shit out of these tank rubbers. And these feeder rubbers also. But he needs it because he's got an overhang. You can see how that overhangs out. That's a razor ranch. That's where it freezes, where them lines go out and then up. Anyway, that's it. When something happens and goes out, he'll call me and we'll get into it deeper. Nozzle, filters, keep it running. Been about 25 years since I put this thing in. I usually put a date on it, but looks like it's a 97. That's what it looks like to me. 4 section 0697. Been in business a long time.